Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 163 of the podcast. I had to think about that for a second. I am your host, as always. I am Tyler, and joining me, as always, we have Justin. What's up, buddy?
Not much. You ever think you understand something from a movie, and you've been laughing at it for 15 years, then while you're at work, you suddenly realize what it really means, and you don't want to tell anybody because it's embarrassing?
So you decided to have this discussion on the podcast?
Yep.
Recorded?
Yes.
Okay.
Who does number 2 work for?
Oh, yeah.
Austin Powers.
Oh, my God.
I finally understand it all now. I think I might have before, but I forgot, and now I figured it out again.
You know how long it took me to realize those it's the K, the diamond store, the diamond selling store?
Oh, yeah. K Jewelers.
Yeah. It took me like 10 years to realize every kiss begins with K. I didn't quite get that. I didn't get the slogan. So it happens to all of us. But also joining us, you might have heard him giggling. It is the Jack of Hearts. What's up, bro?
Oh, man, I'm doing all right. Another work week done. I'm excited for my next upcoming paycheck because I want to improve upon a couple upgrades. But I am doing fucking fantastic. Been playing a lot of the Vita.
Nice.
That's just been a good theme, you know?
You're on the Vita Island?
Kind of, that's pretty much been my main source of gaming this past, like over the past month, dude. It's crazy.
Nice.
What does Vita mean?
Life.
Cool.
Is that real? I don't know.
Yeah, it is, actually.
Oh, okay.
I knew it meant something like that. I didn't know what it was.
I remember it from a podcast a long time ago with Colin Moriarty. That's what I remember most of all. Is the Vita, I believe, means life.
Okay, makes sense.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Doing all right. A little hungover.
Hungover?
Yeah, I did a bad movie drinky guys with some of the Talk Ship guys, and Gabe was there. Jack was there.
Yeah.
And did not end well for me. So
I love you, man.
We're doing some shows here tonight. Yeah, it's so I'm not going in this 100%. But I'll power through. We drank some. Justin was nice enough to bring me an energy drink. Got some water here. I should be able to make it. Jake is not here this week. Something came up last minute, so he won't be able to join us. But we said last week that no matter what, as long as 3 people were here, we were going to do the show.
Yeah.
There's, as far as I can count, there's 3 here. So we're going to go ahead and do it. In case you guys don't know, we are doing our top 30 list, our top 30 games of all time. We're each doing 30 games apiece. We're going to do the first 30 through 21 on this part 1. And part 2 will be 20 through 11 and our honorable mentions. And then part 3 will be our top 10. We talked about the rules a couple weeks ago, but I'm going to go over them real quick. So a couple rules we have are the game had to come out before 2014. It could not be a game that was on the Wii U, 3DS, Vita, PS4, or Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
But for example, a game like Battlefield 4 or Assassin's Black Flags or whatever, Assassin's Creed Black Flags. Those games were on both consoles because they came out, 2013, right with the launch of the games. Those games are eligible, but a game like Dead Rising 3 or Killzone Shadowfalls that came out in 2013, but they were exclusive to the current generation.
Yes.
Those games are not eligible. Those will be on a list we do sometime years down the road. But they just kind of make it easier for a time frame. We don't want to try to pick games and have games we played 2 months ago or last year being on the list. It just makes it harder. This is basically more of a lifetime of our games.
As time goes on, it definitely changes, and who knows if those games that you love right now recently will stick in your memory long enough like you might think it will.
Yeah, even games that we played 2, 3, 4 years ago, or games we played 20 years ago. So I think it just makes it easier for that. But also, another rule we have is that you can't have the same game on your list twice. So the example we used was Resident Evil. was on PlayStation 1 and was remade for the GameCube and PlayStation 2 and all that.
And the DS.
And yeah.
We'll go on and on there.
Yeah, games that were made, put on different consoles, like a different generation of consoles, you can't have the same game twice. So, Resident Evil, for example, you can't have the GameCube one on your list and the PlayStation 1 version on your list. You got to pick one version.
Yes.
Doesn't matter which one it is. It could be the original or it could be the remade one. You just got to pick one. Another one is cannot be a game like a collection game. It's like the Namco arcade collection.
Mega Man.
Yeah, the Mega Man Legacy
Sonic collection.
Yep, those are not. You can't have that on here. You can have an individual game from that collection of games, but you can't have the whole game itself. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And
all minor game collections.
Yeah, Justin just picked.
I have over 3,000 games.
Number one is actually the GameCube, the Zelda collection on GameCube.
Oh, it'd be up there.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
So the last rule was that Jake had to take a shot every time we had a Nintendo game on our list. But obviously that won't happen. Maybe when he listens to this.
Oh my god!
But if he were to listen to it, maybe he'll take shots while he's listening to the show and be dead by 24.
Oh, well, I hope he takes shots.
Yeah.
Of Sprite.
Maybe Sprite. Yeah. Alka-Seltzer. Milk and magnesia.
Good for your kidneys.
Drink.
Really.
Have a shot of X-Lax.
Better than Coca-Cola.
Yeah, he has to eat a chocolate X-Lax bar every time we name a Nintendo game. The top when we get to the top 15, he's got eat stool softeners.
Ew.
Top 5 is gotta be NyQuil.
Oh man, that is.
Then he's gonna have to take Preparation H after that.
Okay, that's getting a little bit much,
Everybody
guys.
at home, don't do that because I don't want to go to jail for manslaughter. Could happen, man.
How to ruin your relationship in 3 easy steps.
Yes. Listening to our podcast is 1.
No.
Listening to what we do is 2. All right. So we're going to jump into our game list. I'm going to start it off with number 30.
Number 30.
Number 30. So we're going to do, well, I guess real quick, we'll spend a few minutes on each one. We don't want to do like a whole 10-minute rant on each game. We're going to do in 3 shows tonight. We're doing this all tonight. I don't want to be up till 6 in the morning doing the show.
Oh, no shit.
So we'll have small discussions here and there. We're going to just go over some things we like and dislike. Justin, if you can just tilt your list up a little bit more. There, that works. I can kind of see in the corner of my eye. I don't want to see it. We don't know what our lists are. This is all going to be surprises to us.
Thus begins the gauntlet.
Yeah, we'll have some questions here and there, what we liked about it, or things like that. Tell some memories of the games, or whatever. Whatever you want to talk about. So I'll start off with number 30, going big on 3-0. Zelda, Link to the Past.
Really?
Ooh.
Yes. So for me, a lot of it has to do, I think, almost with the memory of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Me playing the game. Great game, obviously. But I remember, it was my freshman year of high school, and it was, we were doing our finals. And with finals, it was like you had 2 hour-and-a-half long classes every day for a whole week. And the test usually took 30, 40 minutes, if that. And we just hang out in the classroom. People listen to their iPods or MP3 players, what the hell they had back then, or whatever. I would sit there and I had my Game Boy Advance SP. I actually traded in my old Game Boy Advance, got the Game Boy Advance SP, and Link to the Past, they remade for it.
Oh, smart man.
I love the Game Boy Advance SP.
With it, and it was right after Christmas. I used my Christmas money on that. And I bought that, and I remember just playing through that game on my SP. It was so great. That game's awesome. I love when I beat the 3rd temple in the light world. And I'm like, yeah, that's the game? I beat the game? And then there's a whole another 9 dungeons.
Oh yeah.
Some of the best boss battles I think were in Link to the Past, and also Link Between Worlds. I don't know, maybe it's just that playstyle. I think that game, the Zelda's
fun.
Yeah, I think that style works best. 1991's Zelda Link to the Past. That's my number 30.
Yeah.
We're going to go next to Justin.
My number 30 is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 for the GameCube.
Yay!
Okay.
I love that.
This is my favorite Tony Hawk game ever. After this one, I didn't like really any of them.
Oh, not even Underground?
No. Just because it is since, I don't know, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 is the purest one of them all to me. It had everything in it that the previous ones didn't, the 2 things. I think the second one introduced manualing. Yeah. And the 3rd one introduced revert, and you had manualing already, and you can connect all the tricks together.
Yeah.
And it was just a lot of fun, dude. And I got really insanely good at that game. especially after watching like my brother play them, and like especially the first and second one. I was never that good at those ones, but I finally got to the point where I could like whoop his ass.
Nice.
And just get like crazy points. But the levels were like the biggest thing for me. Like just how unique they were, and they felt like a character in their own right. Like the suburbia. Oh, the music is fantastic.
Yes.
The third one I think is Ollie the Magical Bum.
Yes.
Ollie the Magical Bum.
Like there's something you get to do in like a challenge. You got to Ollie over him, and you can play as him later on and you unlock him. Oh, and another thing I thought was really neat at the time, not so much anymore. I played the fifth one recently, wasn't as cool, but you could unlock videos, real skate videos, and they were all awesome.
Yep.
Like I loved Rodney Mullen's skate video,
Yep.
and this guy I can't remember his name, but he was sick. And no, it's I do not have this game, and I really want to find this game. I love this game.
Yeah.
That's why it's my number 30.
Okay. Well, very cool. Moving on to the Jack of Hearts, number 30, bro.
Mega Man 2.
Oh. Okay.
Why I like Mega Man 2 so much that I put it at number 30? Well, that's just a thing. The game in of itself plays smooth. It's just a great fundamental like platform at its core. Mega Man 2, level design, music, all the crazy ass moments you have in that game, from being chased by a fucking mechanical dragon all the way from point A to point B using your fucking... I think it was like using I think it was either Quick Man's like boomerang or... Yeah, it was like Quick Man's boomerang in order to try to defeat this dragon and stuff like that. But that scene in particular, and it's also... The reason why I like Mega Man 2 so much is just everything you work towards in that game, and then finally going towards the end of that, the final boss, like... You get the... Oh, this is going to be a bit of a spoiler, so anybody who's never played Mega Man 2,
oh, yeah, no, spoiler,
me.
guys. We're going to be... Like, unless one of us says don't spoil it, just in case they want to play it or whatever,
Yeah.
we're going to spoil shit.
Okay. It's just that final, like, boss battle scene where you finally go ahead and gets Dr. Wily, and it looks like that he transforms into a fucking alien. It's like, holy shit! And you have to try to fucking use the bubble lead, like, stuff to try to beat him and stuff. That last boss battle was such hard as shit. But yet, once you finally beat him and it just reveals itself that it was actual simulation, man, it was really cool. And to this day, I love going back into playing not only the first Mega Man, but Mega Man 2 especially, because great game to play. I love the music. Metal Man Stage, that music is in. It's freaking ingrained in my memory because of that game. And
I'm definitely going to play this game.
the version that I originally played this of was from Mega Man Anniversary Collection, but Mega Man 2, that's what I love. That's number 30.
Awesome.
All right. Cool. My number 29. Going big again.
Sorry, I thought you said Mighty number 29.
I know, that's what I thought too.
Is that what you said?
No, but I wish I would have now. That's actually kind of cool. My number 19.
Yeah.
I can't wait till we get to my number 9.
Oh.
No.
Actually, my number 9
is
is my
my
number
number
9. My number 29 is Super Mario Strikers from 2005 for GameCube.
Oh.
Fun little story with this. My first job, with my first paycheck, I bought this game. And I remember playing the shit out of this game while listening to Genesis for some weird reason.
It happens.
a lot of Phil Collins and Genesis back in that day.
Awesome.
Listen to that. But it was just, oh man, this game, I think I made another one for the Wii, and it just wasn't as good.
Superchargers, yeah.
Yeah, it didn't click well, but I love, like, they basically took the whole Mario Kart system where they had, like, the trophies and stuff like that.
Yeah, really?
It was just so much fun. It was a quick game. Like, the game was like 5-10 minutes. It was just, I had a blast playing through this game, and I'm kind of bummed they didn't make any more. I kind of wish this is a continuing series on every console, because I would love to play another one. But no, it's
for sure.
Fun, great game. Brilliant. I've never been a big fan of soccer games, but this one I was definitely into. This and Rocket League are the only two soccer-esque games I've ever really got into. But yeah, that's my number 29.
Awesome. I think I played it before, and I love that game.
Played with you, actually. I remember going over to our buddy Will's house, and we were playing 4-player.
I remember it being really fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Good times.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of soccer games either, so that meant something then. My turn?
Yes.
My number 29 is Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Ooh.
My fondest memories of this, actually playing this game, is when I used to go stay at my grandma and grandpa's about 2 hours away from where I live currently, I would always play a system there. It could be Super Nintendo, could have been the GameCube, could have been the Sega Genesis. That's pretty much the three that I always took over there. But one time when over there, I played Sonic the Hedgehog 2 over and over again. My cousin Amanda, and that's when I fell in love with that game. Just like, especially like the casino levels.
Oh yeah.
And, there's some stuff in that game that I do not like, but like especially like the water parts and like how you have to like you can't breathe and like you got to find the bubbles. Always frustrated me.
Oh, especially Chemical Plant Zone,
Yes. Oh man.
I never could beat the water levels in the first Sonic game. I think it's at the fourth world.
That's not an easy game.
No.
Like I actually beat it recently with like on the 3DS, like save states and stuff. It was really cool. But yeah, I really love this game. It's definitely my favorite Sonic game to date. And yeah, it's a unique platformer. It's really fast and it has kind of a strange momentum, like almost like you're on ice.
Mm-hmm.
Like because you're going really fast, and you go to slow down. It's like you can just feel like he's kind of sliding. And yeah, it's just interesting.
Yeah,
it's different than Mario.
Yeah, definitely different style.
But yeah,
all right.
That's boom.
Okay.
Over
I know if you're done or not. Okay,
yep, I'm done.
All right, Jack, number 29, bro.
Tetris DS.
Wow. Okay.
I absolutely love Tetris.
Awesome.
So when this version came out on the Nintendo DS, like right around the time, like a year or so after it launched, I was enthralled. I wanted to get this Nintendo-themed Tetris game. So I went ahead and I played this game for months. And I kid you not, months on end, I'd be playing Tetris DS along with some handful of other DS games at the time. But during high school, like even the later parts of like my junior, senior year, I loved playing like a lot of it because the whole thing, it's Tetris pure and simple. The gameplay's addictive, this and that, but there was so many different modes from like just inspired by certain like Nintendo franchises and stuff that I just couldn't get enough. But yeah, other than that though, I mean there's nothing really much I can say.
That's my personal favorite Tetris game as well.
Yeah, I know, man. It's just so awesome because of the whole fastness of like how you need to complete this in a certain row and this and that. But yeah, that's my 29 Tetris DS.
Awesome,
Nice.
TC.
It's me. Going to number 28. Everybody knows I'm a big Madden fan. Play a shit ton of Madden.
Yeah.
But my number 28, this is the only NFL game that's on my list. And it is
Spoiler alert.
It is 2004's NFL Street 2.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, NFL Street.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Thinking NBA Street.
Yeah, I was thinking NBA Street.
No. This man. Oh God, the NFL Street 2. NFL Street was the first one was really good. For the first, it had some problems with it, but still really good. NFL Street 2, like it just totally like the game got faster. They figured out how to do everything better. But I just love like you created your own player, and he sucked really bad. I mean, the quarterback obviously. But like as you play, you basically like you played a bunch, like you played all 32 NFL teams, and there was like 4 like all-star teams you played through, and like that was basically like the story mode, I guess, if they had one. But like it got better as it went. It was like hard, and then like it's like a lot of great games do is it's like you get more powerful as the game goes on, and then by the end you're just like dominating everybody, and that's just kind of how it was. And like when I got really good, and I got like you unlocked NFL players that were better and better as you went on. Made the game fun. I'd actually get up early before school and play like 3 or 4 games.
That's awesome.
I played this game for years on GameCube.
It sounds awesome.
Game. The NFL Street 3 came out like right.
I forgot about that game.
Yeah, it came out right at the tail end of. I think it actually came out after like the PS3 and everything came out, but it came on the PS2, and it wasn't as good. And then they've remade a new one like NFL something, I can't remember what it's called, but it came out for 360. And it was just like they tried to, it took the fun out of the NFL Street 3, where it was just like crazy over the top. You hit somebody, they fall like almost like a Blitz like. It's kind of like a middle ground between Madden and Blitz.
Like a good balance between
it was just like crazy unrealistic. Yeah, it was like you're playing in like actual like construction zones or like just like in the backyard somewhere and stuff like that. And then this one the one for 360 came out, and they tried to make it like You could do like wall jumps. They put it in actual stadiums. It didn't have the feel of it. They tried to make it too much like an arcadey Madden. It just wasn't as fun. But
it went a little too much in one of the directions.
Yeah.
That you're talking about.
But that's my number 28. Justin, what's yours?
Shnikes. My number 28 is Doom 2.
Oh wow.
This is specifically for the 360 port.
Mm-hmm.
I love Doom 2. I think it's just I'm trying to think of a way to talk about this game. Like it's one of my top, like my favorite first person shooting games for sure.
Yeah.
I love the way you move around, and I actually even love like the quickness. Like, I mean, obviously the quickness has said that. Like, instead of like having to stop and aim, like just moving around, strafing from side to side, and it pretty much auto aims as long as it goes vertically for you.
Yeah.
And I love that. Like, it makes it a whole different game. It's so fast. It's made for that too. It's designed in such a way that it wants you to go fast. It wants you to get really good at doing bobbing and weaving,
mm-hmm.
and just going cruising. I keep saying fast, but
it's what
that's
it
what
is.
This game reminds me of, man. And the music is just, it fits it so well. It's like metal type of music. I love my favorite thing about this game is kind of the background of, like, you're on Mars and like hell is there.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I think it's on the second one. Is that where hell comes to Earth? I don't remember.
I believe so. I'm the only time I remember playing through it with you on Xbox 360.
Yeah,
and
we played through it fast, and like we were drinking.
Like we drank Jägermeister, and yeah, I remember we pretty much beat the whole game from beginning to end in one night.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember it, but I don't remember it as well as the first one. Because that's the only time I played it.
That's true.
Pretty much was that night with you.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It was more of the same. And I was fine with that.
Oh yeah, certain games you're cool with being more of the same.
Yes.
When a sequel comes out, don't mess with the good system that you have.
No.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like it's not cool when they don't do that.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like our guys in NFL Street 2.
Yeah. Exactly.
They try to change it. Like, you didn't need to change it. Could have left it as is.
Yep.
But yeah.
Yeah, but that's my number 28 is Doom 2.
Okay.
Gabe?
Yeah.
Your number 28.
Yes.
Sorry.
My number 28 is WWF No Mercy.
Ooh. The 64 game?
Yep.
Oh.
For Nintendo 64. No Mercy and myself, we have a long track record. I remember when the game came out, my mom bought it for me for, like, after getting some good grades and stuff like that. And I was so enthralled because, as the huge professional wrestling fan as I was, even back then, I played that game to death. Going through, making my own creative characters, doing this, doing that. But I had a hell of a lot of fun doing the character creations and stuff. The whole character customization, like, features in all the other wrestling games since then. Oh, a debt of gratitude and No Mercy, because that one had so much in-depth stuff to do. But the reason why I liked No Mercy so much is the way you could go through and, like, go through the championship modes inside each of the games and go through and just basically it had separate storylines and stuff that you could, like, with the branching story arc stuff from each championship, from the WWF championship to all the way down to the women's championship. It had a lot of replay value. And even for years, there are still people who love to play this game to this very day because not only the gameplay was simple, not like in, most recent wrestling games where it's so fucking complicated with all the other, like, button combinations and stuff like that, people are going to be confused, like, going through, relearning different things. But No Mercy had a simple control scheme, A to grapple, B to strike, and then all of a sudden the combination of that plus other, like, analog stick, like, positions and stuff while holding A or B, But the thing I remember most about WWF No Mercy was the whole thing that I used to do with Sarcastic Gamer. I remembered this vividly, that one of my first big things that I want to try to do, like, just to try to pay homage to the community of that site, was to create individual professional wrestlers for each of the popular members of, like, Sarcastic Gamer, from from our good buddy like Sam Wright, which is Deadpool Sky. He was known as, and then like I think there was a Cam Dog was there as well. It was just some sort of fucking hodgepodge and stuff. I think I remember making the guy like a la douche or something like that, look like a fucking Shawn Michaels knockoff and stuff like that. Him fighting like Captain Average at that site and all this other shit. But you know what? I just had so much fun just creating a bunch of different wrestlers and have them fight and duke it out with one another that it is definitely one of my favorite and probably my most favorite like wrestling game of all time when it comes to all the custom stuff that I could do. But yeah, that's my 28.
I also love that game.
Yeah, I remember playing it a lot in Alex's basement when we were kids.
All the time.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even a fan of wrestling, and I thought the game was amazing.
Oh yeah, and there's one more thing I could say about it too. When I did the live stream a couple of years back, and you guys, like you and Jake, were watching while I was playing that. I was sipping some 7-Up, and then all of a sudden I just had the CPU go against one another, and I made a character for Tyler and a character for Jake, and both of them were wrestling each other, and I had forgotten to like edit some other things, so Tyler Irish whips Jake into the corner for the turnbuckle. All of a sudden I see Tyler go up, gyrate his hips, and go through and fucking do a Hurricane Run on Jake all the way down to pin him for 3.
I vividly remember that still.
Awesome.
He did 2 matches. My character won both.
Yeah, and as soon as he did that, I sprayed 7-Up all over my fucking lap.
Oh, it was great. It was great. That was definitely a highlight. I think that was my first Extra Life. Yeah, that was cool. Well, moving on to 27. My number 27 is 2003's Donkey Konga.
Really?
Ooh. The best Donkey Kong game ever invented. No question, no argument from anybody here in the world or in this room or on this podcast. The greatest Donkey Kong game of all time. Do I need to explain that it had the Mighty Mighty Boss tones on it? Did you guys know that?
No.
Did it really? The Bulldog guys.
Yes, it had all the small things. Oh, that was them. They also had Rock Lobster. I played the
Rock Lobster.
I probably played Rock Lobster 1,000 times. Then I played it so much that like my dad used to complain because I played it in the middle of the night. I'd be like I'd be clapping and it was waking him up. And so I'm like, I could just tap the sides of the bongo. People don't know this is you get bongos you play this game with. And I would actually it got really good and I started tapping the sides. It's also faster. So when you had to clap, I just tapped the sides. That's right where the volume was, the speakers were, or the mic was, whatever. This game is great. They're not on my list, I'll say it right now, but even the sequel and Donkey Kong Jungle Beats, the 2D side scroll they made, also really cool.
I always wanted to play that game.
It was like, my complaint was it was like a $50 game, and it was like an hour and a half long.
Oh.
So I kind of bummed, but the boss battles were really cool in that game.
Nice.
Do you have something you want to say?
I always wanted to play that game.
I remember we played it.
We played Donkey Konga.
Yeah, I mean Jungle Beat,
But I never played that one, I don't think, where you go through. I might have watched you play once.
Yeah, I don't think I owned it very long, because I think I beat it and was like, that's it. I beat it probably a few times, and it was like,
I thought that game was pretty sweet, though, that Donkey Konga.
I wish they'd make more of it. There should have been more of them. I think there was a third one. I could be wrong. I know there's Donkey Kong 1, 2, and Jungle Beat. But there you go. That is the greatest Donkey Kong game ever invented. Might as well just shut the whole franchise down at that point, unless you're bringing it back. Justin, what's your number 27?
Oh, how boring. Mine is Doom. The first one to the sequel, of course. I love it for the same reasons. I like Tyler said, I'm more familiar. Well, he's more familiar with the first one. I am too. And that's why I picked that one first. It's the first one. I mean, the second one obviously couldn't have been what it was about the first one. So
yeah,
I picked the first one for my number 27. Doom.
Great game.
Doom.
Yes.
It's awesome. Play it sometime.
Everybody should play it. We actually played it recently. You were over here. We were playing it on Xbox One.
Yes. Oh, yes.
It was awesome.
Yes, it was.
Best music in the whole franchise.
Yes.
Yes. For sure.
Yeah, I agree with that. For sure. That's it, though, for Doom.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
No, you're right. Going ahead, moving on to Jack. What's your number 27?
Half-Life 2.
Ooh, I did not see that coming.
Me neither.
I know, it's like I'm not really known to play first-person shooters all that much, but whenever I have one on my list, it's like, eh. But anyway, Half-Life 2, in a nutshell, is one of the best first-person shooters I've ever played. The whole element of the environment, in terms of the feel, of this game in general, from beginning to end. The campaign can be pretty tense. It could be scary at times, especially when you go to like the particular portion stuff where all those fucking like head crab mutations and stuff just start tackling you all at once, you know, just attacking you. But it has some of the most inventive like weapons I have ever played inside of a shooter game. Like the whole element of the gravity gun. The gravity gun is like one of those fucking weird ass things where you can just grab certain elements, you just kill like a bunch of like random like head crab mutants and stuff like that. Oh, and not forget Lamar, you know, that the fangless head crab and stuff that the Doctor has and all this other shit. I remember playing this for a while or something like that on my Xbox 360 when I first got the orange box. And I gotta admit though, it's like I was not really sure like what all the hype was about for Half-Life 2, only because I did not have a dedicated PC. I know for a fact that I had no idea, like, the Half-Life games were even going to be somewhat interesting to me. So, on a whim, I just bought the game, I started playing Half-Life 2, and, you know what? I am really glad that I did, because I had a great time just going through using, like, freaking pallets and stuff to transverse, like, a terrain or something like that where you get hurt or something like that if you even touch it, or like use the gravity gun for all sorts of weird shit. And I'm just recalling memories that I had like back in 2009, 2010, I think it was, when I did finally beat this game. It has one of those mindfuck endings too, where it's like it's like, really? Did that just happen? You just paused me at the most vital point in this whole story? It basically ends on a cliffhanger and you're left thinking, what the fuck?
Yep. So did episode 2.
I know. I never played the Half-Life 2 episode 1 or episode 2 or something like that. I just played through the entirety of Half-Life 2, went through the whole game of itself. But yeah, I really had such a fantastic time playing it. So yeah, from a number 27, I believe, that's Half-Life 2.
Nice. Real quick though. That game is a great game. I played that on. I got the orange box.
Yep.
Playing that, and then episode 1 and 2. Those games are fantastic.
Yeah, they are.
Half-Life?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. Great collection of games. I do want a third one. I want a third one, but I'm like at this point I've forgot so much about it that I don't think I'd ever be bummed if there was never a third Half-Life game. Moving on to 26. I think it's funny that you guys like to considered like the two big Nintendo fans of the podcast,
Mm-hmm.
and so far, including the one I'm about to talk about, 4 of my 5 games so far are Nintendo games. So, but number 26 is 2004's WarioWare Touched for the DS. So this was, for people to know real quick, it's like, because it really hasn't been done one since the ones for Wii. It was like a crazy fast-paced, like, I think they call them micro games, because they weren't mini games, because they're like literally 2-3 second games, mini games, micro games, whatever. You just flew through like 20 or 30 really fast. It was all touchscreen based. It'd be like stupid things like pull this nose hair, and it'd be a close up of some like Wario's nose, and he pulls his nose hair out, or remember one that you could drive in a car and you drive like don't crash, and like something swerves in front of you or jumps in front of you, you gotta swerve out of the way of it. But this game, like there's like 200 micro games in it, so you gotta think maybe 10 minutes of gameplay in there, and I probably put 15-20 hours into this game.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
Played through it over and over again. I loved it. One of the first games I ever actually got on launch day. I remember going up to the store and actually saving up money and going up and buying it. I was so excited for this game.
I remember the cover of the game.
Yeah, well, I think it's just Wario's nose, isn't it?
It's Wario's face. It's an orange cover
orange.
with a stylus
like
pulling his mustache.
Yeah. Great great game. Highly underrated franchise, if you can call it a franchise. I think there's only 3 games in the series.
Where does Game and Wario fall into play, though? That's different. But
Game and Wario is where you make your own games and stuff.
Well, I'm thinking of the one for the Wii U, but
yeah, it's based.
Oh, that's
it's
DIY.
based from, but it's different.
It's essentially it, but I don't know why
really
they just didn't call it WarioWare.
Oh, my mistake. Yeah. That was DIY I was thinking of. Game and Wario were just a couple of it was kind of like what Tyler was saying, a couple games or something like that.
Yeah.
Where you,
yeah. I don't know. I have that game. I need to play that. I played a little bit of it. I think I got it free.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I think you did.
Yeah, I got it free for the Mario Kart thing. Yeah, that's my number 26. Awesome. Justin.
Number 26. The Simpsons Hit and Run.
Oh, not on my list, but I considered it at one point.
It is. Just even before I actually started thinking about these games, there's quotes from that game that pop in my head from every.
Where is the sexy footage?
Yeah. I'm floating like a candy wrapper in an updraft, like when you're playing with Homer.
Yeah.
Like, there's a bunch of other ones too that I can't think of right now. But this game, it's like, this is my Grand Theft Auto. Like, this game when it came out, like, it's just like inside Springfield. There's just so many characters in it from the show, of course, and you get to explore Springfield in 3D, and there's some missions that aren't that great. It's like they're kind of like crazy taxi missions, I think, where you just pick people up. Yeah. But a lot of them are actually unique, and there's like platforming involved, and there's like a story going on, which is actually pretty fun. Like it's crazy. I never beat this game,
me neither.
But I got so far though. Like I think I was like almost like the end. It was like after it was Halloween and stuff, and that's cool. The whole world changes.
Yeah,
these different chapters or different themes. Sometimes you're in a different area, but it's really cool. This game, I think, wasn't like kind of cell shaded.
Yeah, it looked like the show. I think.
Okay, yeah, just a fantastic game. I do not own this game currently, and I would love to find it somewhere and try to play it because it will never be out on anything else again.
No.
All I can think of, anyways.
Especially being a licensed game.
Yeah, unless there's like some crazy Simpsons collection someday, but. Yeah, I love this game. It's awesome.
Definitely in my top 90 games of all time.
Oh, for sure.
Because I made like 90 games at one point.
Hell yeah. Well, that's my number 26. Simpsons Hit and
Run. Jack. Number 26, bro.
The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker.
Ooh, okay.
The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker is just one of those Zelda games where I got at launch. I played it on the GameCube for quite a while. I didn't really use any type of like guides or something for it, but what I did though was it was just one of those games that were just kind of weird and stuff. Where I was so used to playing the 64 things with them kind of looking sort of realistic, and then all of a sudden going to the cel shadedness of Wind Waker and it feeling very fresh in terms of like. Not only the presentation, but the way the Zelda like quests and stuff like that were performed. It was really refreshing in sort of a way. You know, going through the whole aspect where you're meeting like the Deku Tree and stuff like that, where you're helping like Makar and stuff like that, and then you're helping like all the other various little NPC characters in the game. And oh man, just using a lot of the various little items too. You know, like the whole Deku leaf and stuff, where you had to fly to and from places and. Just collect all the gems, but I gotta say though, like even collecting some of the Triforce pieces, like with your ship and stuff like that was a pain in the ass. And I did have to use the guy to do that because that's kind of bullshit. But oh man, just riding in your ship, you know, just going to play the island to island, that just felt really relaxing for some reason. And you know what? That's just one of those few games where I can go back and play, even 10 years down the line after beating it, and just say. You know what? This game looks fucking great still. I love playing it. The action is still intense. And, you know what? It's pretty much, and this is kind of an insane thing to think about, that was the last Zelda game that I remember fully beating, you know? Because, truth be told, that is like one of 4 Zelda games that I've actually beaten.
Really?
Yeah, despite owning most of them. But yeah, that's my number 26.
Nice.
Nice. For me, number 25. It's all, like I mentioned it a little bit ago, everybody knows I love Madden. Play a shit ton of Madden every year. There's one game that I have bought every Madden on day one going back to 2005. Like I bought it at launch, except for 1 year. That was in 2013. Because of this game right here. I didn't buy Madden for this year until the day or two after Christmas.
Okay.
I was playing this game so much. And that is, it's 2013's NCAA Football 2014. It's the last one in the series. I really
forgot about that.
When the whole lawsuit happened,
That's
unfortunately, crap. I understand it, but it sucks. But this is like, I actually, for the last couple NCAA football games, I actually liked more than the Maddens. At that point, there was like lots. They used the same engine, but there was so many. The games were so different at the same time. Where it just, in the last one, it was so much like the real. Where like in the college, there's so many different offensive, like different types of defenses and offense. And where football, everybody kind of uses the same style, but with different kind of systems and stuff. But with college, you had like the pistol, you had the triple option, you had spread option, you had like a weird defenses where it was like the 3-5-6, or I can't remember what some of them were called, but it was just so much fun playing this game and playing. I used to like go through Dynasty and find I love playing against teams that like ran different offenses. Like I'd always play Navy every year because they use the triple option where there's a lot of pitches, like they very rarely pass. There's a lot of just running. And I love just playing against different styles. And while I love Madden, obviously I play it like 100, 200 hours every year. But everybody runs the same style. I can pretty much play the same defenses, same offense, and just crush them every time. But it's with this, it was just so much fun becoming a better, like just for a game you spend hundreds of hours playing every year and still finding new and different ways to play the game. Just because all these different offenses and defenses that teams used. I just... At that point, to me, it was far and away better of the two franchises, and I'm hoping it comes back one day. They talk about it, EA talks about it every now and again, but so far nothing.
I personally preferred NCAA too.
Yeah, I love the recruiting. I love being a powerhouse, and like I'd have like everybody on my team was like a 78 and above with the ratings, and like my
that's good.
That's
I
really
take it.
Well. Yeah,
the
good. Bottom number 65 player in your team is like a 78. And they're better than most starters in the league. Like my third string quarterback was like an 87 and 99. Yeah, it was just kind of crazy how powerful like my teams got. But it was fun about was you're constantly every 3 or 4 years, 3 or 4 seasons, you're getting new. It's just constantly changing with all the new players you're getting because kids are graduating or leaving to go to the pros early. But yeah, love that game, love that franchise. I miss it. But that's my number 25.
Awesome,
Justin.
Number 25. Mortal Kombat 2 for the Super Nintendo.
Yeah. Okay.
It's better not.
Go ahead and say what you
I was just saying,
say.
It better not be the only Mortal Kombat on your list, but go ahead and go on. Don't even remark to that comment.
I will. This game.
Threw him off.
Super Nintendo. This is a game. The first one on Super Nintendo did not have red blood. The second one did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kind of giving facts for this game.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's a, you know what Mortal Kombat is. It's a fighting game, and I really this franchise of fighting games, like this arcade style, it's my favorite.
Yeah.
I love the characters. I love the weird, unique moves. I love how fast paced it is. I love, especially in the second one, I love the destructible environments. Like you can uppercut people up through certain parts.
Yeah, that's right.
I believe that's on the second one.
That is the second one, yep.
And there's like a bridge where you can uppercut someone down with the spikes. And also there's this, like, I can't think of the name. I think it's like Baraka's home place, like his fighting place. It's like you're fighting on this like really pale colored like little walkway, and there's like acid in the background.
Yep.
You see bodies floating down. You can
got a spike.
Yeah, and you can do stuff in there too. It was so fun. Like, and the coolest thing for me, like when speaking about the way that the game looks, anyways, is like these are real rendered people.
Mm-hmm.
These are sweaty people, and like everything in the environments look like real things too. Like it's something that I wish more games nowadays would actually do, especially now that you have better technology to do that. I would love to, because you could have so many more frames of animation of real people. I would like that.
Yeah.
Especially like in a side, fighting game. But there's so many things you could do with that application of artistry. But yeah, absolutely love Mortal Kombat 2. I used to stay up and watch my brothers play it and get in fights when I was on the bunk bed. And just I will always love this game.
Yeah. Real quick, I remember probably 5-6 years ago, Ray, your brother, when he lived in the apartments by the post office.
Oh yeah.
We played. We all took turns trying to beat him, and he beat us. Like it was like 100 straight times. And he played like Galaga or something like that.
Yes.
He beat us 100 straight times. Like we were lucky to get a hit on him.
Oh yeah.
I don't think he ever lost a round.
He's insane.
Yeah. Like I'm just like mashing buttons, and he knows all the combos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's still fun to play against him because he's so good. Like it's like God, and when you get something on him, it's like that felt good.
Yeah, just thinking like a 2-punch combo was awesome.
Yeah, that's it for Mortal Kombat 2.
All right, well, number 25, Gabe, Jack.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Anyway, Mario Kart DS.
Wow. Okay.
Mario Kart DS, man, this was a game that I remember enjoying the hell out of, dude, because it's the first Mario Kart game where I completed it. I actually went through, unlocked all the characters, all the courses, went through the mirror courses and stuff like that, and I absolutely had a blast from beginning to end. I mean, online-wise, I was playing with a few friends and stuff like that, but the online thing got kind of out of hand because there was a lot of rampant cheating and stuff from other people that'd be like way ahead, like doing their fucking snaking and all this other shit. But no, it was just one of the first games on the DS where I liked Mario Kart in general. I mean, I played a little bit of like Super Circuit and this and that, but this was the first game on the handheld where, oh wow, this is a legitimately great quality racing game that I could play as Rob the Robot, or I could play as like all my favorite Nintendo characters and stuff like that, and just go forth and annihilate a lot of the courses and stuff. There was just a lot of like random vehicles and stuff. It was still like pure Mario Kart things before they introduced the karts inside the Wii version and all this other the bikes in the Wii version. But yeah, that's my number 25 right there, Mario Kart DS.
Very nice.
Nice.
Lots of fun playing that game.
Yeah, man.
And like the downloadable play or the co-op, like if you're playing next to somebody.
Remember we did a lot of that.
Yeah,
back
we did
in the
a
day.
lot of that.
Yeah. Probably the best battle mode too, and
Yeah, I agree.
all the Mario Kart games.
Definitely one of my favorites.
Yes. Moving on to the 24, starting with me. Number 24. This is 1999's Pokemon Snap.
Oh.
Oh shoot! Just kidding.
So I played this game a few years ago. I bought it on the Wii. Not a few, probably 5 years ago. Played it on the Wii, and this game is still great. Like, I'll admit, some of the games on my list I've gone back and played like in the last few years or so, and they don't hold up well. But I can understand why I liked those games when I did, or things like that. Sometimes the nostalgia does bite you in the ass. This is one of those games where this was no nostalgia. This is a legitimately great game. I would still play the shit out of this today. Like, I beat it back then, like 5-6 years ago. I beat it several times. I didn't own a Nintendo 64 very long, but this is probably my favorite game on Nintendo 64.
Nice.
If I had to we made like a list, this would be it. So we don't have to make a list now. I was just going through. My only complaint with the game was they only had like 80-something Pokemon. This is a Gen 1 game, so it only there's only 151 at that point. But I still remember like the last level, trying to take a picture of Mew, going through finding all the secrets. Everyone had like the hidden
Was
Pokemon.
it Mew in that cave one?
Oh, yeah.
The waterfall. You got to see him up in the air flying around.
Yeah, and like he had an orb, and you had to like hit him.
Yes.
I think you had to hit him with something and get the orb to go away. Took a picture of him.
That game's fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it
I
is.
could still hear the music, the mini music. I'm playing it right now in my head. But yeah, that game is so great. I think of I remember like all the environments. There's only like 8 levels, but I could probably pretty much like imagine the whole into every single level all the way through right now in my mind.
What a shoo-in game for the Wii U. It never existed.
I know,
I said that
right?
years ago,
I know.
and I'm sure a lot of other people have. It blows my mind that game never came out, or like it could be a great handheld game too.
Yeah, totally.
Sadly, I think Pokemon Go is the closest we're ever going to get to a sequel.
It reminds me of that,
Yeah.
but it's definitely Pokemon Snap's better.
Oh yeah, I would much rather have a Pokemon Snap
Oh,
than
yeah.
have Pokemon Go.
Agreed.
Yeah,
This is fun. All the neat things you can do, and the secrets in that game are so cool.
yeah. Or like when you get the Pokeflute, and like 3 levels later, and you have to go back
you
to the
go
first
back
level and go
and-
get Snorlax.
Then you see
Or
Snorlax
find-
starting to dance.
Yeah, or like getting
yeah, just the way you can interact with all the throwing apples and stuff.
with there's a dancing or the pissed off. What's the Mankey?
Mankey.
You gotta like, or you hit the Squirtle with the apple, and he flies off.
And he hits Mankey.
And then like half a level later, he smacks Mankey onto the button. And that's it. Or fighting Porygon in the waterfall.
Yeah, there's so much crazy stuff in that game.
Yeah,
it's nuts.
Fighting Slifer in the bushes. Yeah, that game. Oh man, that game's great.
Knocking a magic harp inside of a whirlpool and coming out with Gyarados. Yeah.
Yeah, or getting evolving the dragon to Dragonite, Dragini or whatever, and you knock him into like the whirlpool or something like that. And he comes out as Dragonite.
Or even just knocking out.
I almost got Dratini tonight at work. He ran away after one try.
There's a glitch in the game where you'll fix it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jack.
Or like knocking like fire monster, like fire Pokemon or something inside the lava pools. Let's say like knocking in like Growlithes or like I think it was either that or like even Charmeleon and like just
Charmeleon at the end of the level.
Yep.
Like coming out the Charizard and stuff.
Yeah, that game's great.
It is.
All right, never mind. That's my number one
awesome
game.
Too.
I just moved it up. I just talked myself into making this number one.
Spoiler alert. It's number one as well.
Number one. I'll talk about it again in 2 hours. That is my number.
You can use the same game more than once if it is Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, I said different versions. Actually, screw the whole list. Every game is just Pokemon Snap. No, that is number 24.
Number 24 is a spoiler alert. This is my favorite Star Wars game ever made. It's Star Wars Shadows of the Empire.
Wow. Game?
The Nintendo 64. This game is... I remember being very creepy. I remember the music, because it's basically this music from the movie.
Yeah.
And it is fantastic to me. And it was a great variety of everything. It was a third-person shooter. You could also do first-person if you wanted to, though it wasn't very great. Much better as a third-person game. The weapons are awesome. Some of the enemies are really cool. There's actually the first boss you have to fight. Is it ATST, the little ones, the two-legged?
I think so.
ATST. You had to fight one of those. And it's... Wow. When you're just a human fighting one of those, you realize how powerful those things are. It takes a long time. But there's also flying levels in this game. It's like the first kind of versions of like what would later become like Rogue Squadron.
Yeah.
So I also love those games too. But this one just the places you go and the weird storyline. I think you're like a relation to Han Solo, and I think like you're his nephew possibly. So it follows more along the lines I think of the books that came out, like the weird like side story books.
Oh
like
yeah,
the Star Wars
extended universe stuff.
Yeah. And it's super interesting and fun. You also get a jetpack in this game. And it's actually the first game I ever played where you had a jetpack. And the noise it makes when you go, and the feeling of going way up high and like you're around all these cliffs, gave me a feeling in my stomach like, ooh, like it was such an immersive game, and I played it so much. It's definitely my favorite Star Wars game. I loved it.
Nice.
That's my number 24.
All right, well, Jack, what's your number 24, bro?
Batman: Arkham Asylum.
Oh my goodness! Okay.
This is the first game where I've ever played where I felt legitimately like Batman. Going through, slinking into the darkness and stuff, stalking criminals, going forth and like just using like Metroid-esque type of exploration stuff just to go and transverse the different things from the whole entirety of like the Arkham Asylum, like prison and stuff. Going to the botanical gardens and stuff like that, and meeting like Poison Ivy and stuff, and all those random boss battles and stuff too, from all the incidences and stuff where you were like hallucinating from the Scarecrow's gas, and then like even the interactions between you and Joker and stuff. There is a lot of fantastic moments inside Arkham Asylum, and even some of the boss battles are so cool. Even and one of the most tense moments inside that entire game, in my honest opinion, is when you're facing off against Killer Croc inside the sewers. Where it was so tense because you're just walking upon the little rafts and stuff like the pieces of wood, but if you went too fast, Killer Croc would go ahead and jump out of the water and almost fucking attack you.
Yep.
And I have to say, man, the combat was really what made me want to go back and play it more. I have the Platinum on PS3 for this reason alone, is because the gameplay is just so smooth. It's smooth because you can chain link combos onto various like thugs and do this and do that, do random takedowns with combination buttons. And there's a reason why many game developers today use this similar style, because it is a blast to play through. If you want to get your general audience engaged in playing a great fluid combat system, you gotta study Arkham Asylum, because that's pretty much the high point, in my honest opinion, when it comes to action games like this.
Yeah.
But one last thing I'll say about Arkham Asylum, it's just the whole brief little chatters between the henchmen and stuff like that. When you're as Batman, you're sneaking around inside the facility, and then all of a sudden you hear the henchman gets scared because a couple of dozen other friends just got taken out and they're the only one left. It's like, oh god, where are you? Awesome. And they start becoming paranoid. They start shooting at the darkness at nothing. And all of a sudden it's like, I've done this before where I've left one guy and stuff, and I go and I just swoop down, just glide kick him, and all of a sudden just take him down,
Yeah.
Satisfying.
Oh, so good. And when you defeat a bunch of enemies, it does a slow motion on the last guy.
Oh yeah.
That's great.
I never played that one, but I played Arkham City and Arkham Knight.
You owe it upon yourself to really play through Arkham Asylum, because I feel like that is the best in that series.
I think you might just talking into buying the HD remake or whatever.
I always wanted to try it out. Very cool, man.
Yeah. Well, jumping into number 23, for me, 2005's Rogue Galaxy.
Oh man!
So this is a game that came out after the new generation. This is I consider this the last great game of the PS2, GameCube, Xbox era. Even though God of War 2 technically came out, the game sucks. Rogue Galaxy is the shit. No, so this is back in the day when I was really big into JRPGs. I was a big JRPG fan. You'll find out more as I go through my list. I'll have more on there. Spoiler alert. This was the last one I really, really, really got into, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's maybe just because the kind of the way games went in the Western civilization, it just went a totally different style. I couldn't go back to that. I've tried later on, but I even played this game I think beginning of the year, late last year, and I understand why it's a great game, but it just was not for me anymore. But I just remember I remember a whole bunch of this game was so tense to me. I remember some of the best boss battles in a game, period, I think. I remember one normally there was you had three people, you had there's a party of three, and you controlled the one, and then you had the two other guys. It was an action JRPG, it wasn't the turn-based ones. I remember at one point you actually get into a one-on-one battle with a guy, and you get separated from the rest of your crew, and I remember fucking fighting this guy 20 times, getting so pissed, and almost at the break point, I'm like, fuck this game, done. And finally beating him, and it's just barely getting by him. I don't know. It's just a great game. It was fun. I love doing some of the side stuff in it. Yeah. It was just it's a lot of the same things you'll find in other RPGs, but I love the space part of it. I like astronomy. I like that kind of stuff. And being in a pirate boat in space. It was really cool.
That's cool.
It was just a really cool setting for me. I think that's a big reason why it sticks out to me still to this day. But yeah, that's my number 23. Go ahead, Justin.
Awesome. My number 23. Get your Cheerios out. Get your Golden Grams. Get your Cinnamon Toast Crunch ready, because you're about to watch a video game. It's a cartoon now because it looks like a cartoon. It's called Earthworm Jim. The Super Nintendo. I absolutely love this game.
I remember that.
I love the weird jokes, the things you do in the game. The first level, it's there's a cow. I think he's right by a log, and you jump on the back and you shoot him up. It's cow launched. It comes on the screen, the exclamation point, and the whole game's like that. It's just insane. When you're hanging up on, even gameplay wise, this game is crazy. In the movement, and everything. When you're hanging up on a rope to go across, and you kind of push up. There's a dog trying to get at your feet or whatever. He grabs his butt and pulls it up. He's kind of holding his butt up a little higher.
Yeah.
Just little things like that. This game is full of it, and the enemies look so cool. Like I said, it looks like an animated cartoon that's just fucking awesome. And the sound effects are great. Some of the backgrounds are some of the best looking things I've actually seen in a Super Nintendo game. And what else about this game? Oh, Booger Man. One of the bosses. One of the coolest bosses. Funnest bosses ever. It's so fun. It feels so good to get his little booger string that he's hooked to thinner and thinner and thinner until he just falls off. Because a lot of times, until you get to that point, you fall off. It doesn't feel very good. And did I mention that your character is a robot suit that is a slave to Earthworm? That goes inside the robot suit, and it's like its
really?
body.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the origin of it.
And all the ways you can die, like it's funny. Like all of a sudden, you're just turning to ashes, like the worm does, or like your continues like a. You want to continue, it's like a little can of worms.
Like when you're fighting like Evil the cat and stuff, and like the Princess Slug for a butt.
Oh yeah, yeah. You go inside intestines in this game. I think it might be the sequel actually, but it's all one game to me. But Earthworm Jim, oh man, Earthworm Jim, you gotta play it. It's fantastic. That's my number 23.
Nice. So moving on, Jack, number 23, bro.
Red Dead Redemption.
Bruh.
Wow. Okay.
Red Dead Redemption is one of those few games from Rockstar that actually really took a hold of me because of the whole exposition of the story, the whole times where I would go out into the wilderness and stuff and face a lot of the random the critters and stuff like that. Like I would routinely just screw around and try to mess around with the bears and the grizzly bears and the fucking cougars as I wanted their pelts. And stuff like that, and then just getting my ass handed to me because I would just be screwing around too much. But oh my gosh, there were some great moments and stuff, like towards the end of the game and stuff like that, when it's like you're during that last part and that music just starts playing and stuff like that. That dude that's singing that song where you're going to and try to go through the final portion of that game, before what happens to John Marston and stuff like that. But that was one of those moments where, wow, I absolutely love this game. Because everything up until then, it sort of slowed down when you got to Mexico and, you did all these random side quests here and there. But it picked itself right back out again once you got out of there and you start doing random this and that and stuff. But I really loved, the character John Marston and stuff like that. The conversation between him and his wife and stuff like that, just rounding up his old outlaw crew and stuff like that. I think one of them was named Dutch or something like that. I'm not too sure, but
yeah.
There's that. There's all the other random friends or something that he used to make and stuff. And he did this and did that and stuff. But the Deadeye move, dude,
that was awesome.
That was fucking awesome. Or just taking out a few birds at a time, it's using Deadeye, and all of a sudden the whole screen just turns like a kind of a yellowish tint and stuff like that. You're like a 1, 2, 3, and then boom, boom, boom. Oh man, it just.
Or kill a lot of birds.
Yeah, kill a lot of birds. You kill a lot of outlaws and stuff. Then there was an achievement in that game where if you wrapped up some a helpless lady or something like that, and you put it on the train tracks and stuff, it's it's a classic villain trope and stuff.
Yep. Yeah, put her on the train tracks. She got hit by the train. That's great.
Oh my gosh.
Best 10-point achievement ever made.
Oh man, but I thought it was really funny, doing the when you're whole gutting animals and stuff like that. It goes to that same cutscene. It's oh god, what have you been eating? Oh man, you can actually play poker in that game as well, which was
I played more poker in that game than I think I've actually played the game.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's that. There's the upgradable weapons. I remember a friend of mine, him and I were roaming inside the whole thing. I was playing, I think it was John Marston. He was just playing as some bald Mexican guy or something like that, and just saying the random stuff in Spanish. We're just doing roaming and stuff like that. We're just having a hell of a time because we're just screwing around, just shooting up a bunch of people doing this, But yeah, that's my number 23 game right there, Red Dead Redemption.
Very nice.
Awesome. I want to play it someday.
Yeah, fun fact, Justin took the ear plug out because he doesn't want to be spoiled about the game.
There you go.
So moving on to number 22 for me is 1993 is actually the first repeat for us so far in the list.
I know what it is.
What do you think it is?
I don't know.
No. 1993's Doom.
Oh, damn.
So, Justin talks about it. We talked about it a little bit with Doom too, but best music ever in a game. Justin, I remember few months back, we're actually listening on YouTube. They had like a 4-hour long video of just Doom music. And we sat there and listened to, not obviously not the whole thing, but for like a good 20-30 minutes, sat there just listening to Doom music. Talked about Justin and I remember we did it a few times. He spent the night at my place, and I remember he spent the night at my place on a weeknight. And we stay up to like 3 in the morning, and then I didn't have a car back then, so he actually I got to get up at 6. He took me to work because we stayed up so late. He decided to stay the night, stayed up so late playing fucking Doom. But great game. I remember getting it. I can't remember why, but my mom actually for what took me to Gamers, where I actually worked a few years later, when I was like probably 11, 12 years old. She took me to Gamers and bought me Star Fox, the original one for Super Nintendo, and Doom. And I remember I had to spend the night at my cousin's house because they were going out, and they didn't have a Super Nintendo anymore. And I was all excited because I was going to go over there and play it. And I had to fucking wait like a whole day and a half. Oh. Especially when you're a kid, when you're like 10, 11 years old.
That's like
feels like an eternity. Yeah. I was so pissed because I had 2 great games and I sit there and wait, fucking sit there and look at them. Yeah. But weird story. But yeah, it was just a great game. I just, like you said, you talk about fast paced shooting, didn't have to aim, just kind of looked at that general direction, blew the boom up. The roars of the monsters when they died, I always loved it when they just fell into a pile.
Oh yeah.
And you blew them up with the rocket launcher.
Yes.
Great, just a great fucking game. Yeah, so that is my number 22.
Very nice. My number 22 is Super Mario Kart.
Oh.
Of course, with Super Nintendo.
Oh.
There you go.
I have very fond memories of playing this with my dad. One of the few games I ever played with my dad. Playing battle mode.
Yes.
We played that game forever. It's still my favorite battle mode in Mario Kart by far. I played it last year with my brother. And we had a lot of fun. Played it for like 2 hours straight. And it's just, I just love this game. Like it's Mario Kart. I mean, it's a racing game. I really love this kind of. Obviously, was a door to everything else in the series, but like, I loved one of my favorite levels from the old one was from this game was, what is that? It's like Boo's Haunted Mansion.
Yes.
Or Boo's level.
Yeah.
That one's cool. Like, you can hear the wood planks.
Ghost Valley.
Oh, yeah.
Like, all the little details in that game. Like
probably Ghost Valley 2
or
something.
Yeah, that's what it is. You can, like, hop across little holes or cracks if you start getting pretty good at the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. It's funny because, actually, like, some of the mechanics in this game, I don't think they brought back till Mario Kart 8. I think there's a mechanic. I can't think of what it is right now.
Is it the hopping? That
could be the hopping.
I don't think it's the feather hop, but then again, I may be wrong.
That's it. Wait. No. Sorry. I don't know. There's something there, but I absolutely love this game. And, yeah. Definitely my one of my favorite Mario Karts.
Oh, okay. Oh, spoiler alert, possibly.
Maybe.
It's definitely in the top 8 Mario Kart games. I think we all agree upon that.
It's my favorite one.
Moving on to
size 8.
Size 8. Moving on to Jack. What is your number 22?
Limbo.
Holy shit! Okay, wow. All right, let's talk about this.
Limbo is one of those platformers where everything about it, it's so basic, right? You're transferring as a kid, going through it, exploring the whole world. There's no exposition. There's really nothing really that's telling you, okay, let's go ahead and just go to this certain point or that certain point or something like that. You're left to interpret a lot while you watch the aesthetic of the game in and of itself. The whole color scheme is in black and white. It's so moody, it's so tense, it's scary, it's really dangerous too, because everything can potentially kill you if you don't even, go forth and think properly.
And it usually does the first time.
Yeah, it really does, though. And you have to really watch your surroundings and stuff in order to figure out, oh, okay, that's how that puzzle works and stuff. I have played through this game at least 2, possibly 3 times. And each time I get through this game and I enjoy it a lot more than the last playthrough, because I keep noticing little details from, that little worm that buries itself in your head or something like that makes you move this way or that way or something, or going forth and you You have to go through and try to beat that fucking spider, but you have to rearrange the bear traps like so, and then it just go and doing this and doing that. The whole scene where you find out that big old spider's gonna chase you from here and there and stuff, and you have to simultaneously rip each of its legs out throughout the duration of the game and stuff before it eventually just goes forth and dies. I have to.
Does it turn into a ball? Then it's turned into a ball, and you gotta use that.
Yeah, you have to use
his body.
Yeah, it just has his body.
His abdomen.
You have to use its entire abdomen and stuff like that in order to use as a platform and stuff like that. I have never played a game that's been so atmospheric and so dark and stuff as in Limbo. Because quintessentially, you're a kid that could potentially be killed at any moment if you pretty much fuck up. Mm-hmm. And I fucked up a lot while playing this game. But it's just one of those platformers where each platformer that I've played and stuff, it always had that one niche, that one gimmick that I really liked and stuff like that. This had almost everything that more than just one thing that I really liked. It had about 5 to 7 different things that I liked about it. But overall, it's one of the most fantastic, basic type of games where you could play it almost everywhere now. I mean, I pretty much played it when it came out on the 360 back then, and I've played a bit of it on the PS4. I beat it on the PS4, I beat it on the Vita, and stuff like that. But yeah, Limbo's my number 22.
Nice.
Awesome. Reminds you of a super dark James the Giant Peach for some reason. The way especially the way the kid looks.
I could see. Yeah, I could see that.
I don't know what it is. The claymation kid anyways.
Yeah. I know exactly. I understand exactly what you're talking about.
Love that game.
Yeah, great. When the first time the little spider leg pops up, and you're like, "What the fuck is that?" It just spikes and kills you. You're like, "What the fuck?" One of the
that little kid just got murdered.
Craziest gaming memories of my entire life.
Yeah,
that first time, it's like, "Oh my god!"
Oh my god, that kid's got its captivated.
It's all flashing back to me.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It's like a big
Yeah, that was crazy.
Nice sound
gruesome.
Effects.
Yeah. So for going on 21 now, 21 for me, actually, back-to-back repeats so far now, because this was on Justin's list as well. I believe number 30, actually. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 from 2001. I played this shit ton too. Del the Funky Hopi Sapien.
Oh my god.
Probably a great song. I would actually literally just listened to it last night over at Alex's house, my buddy's house.
I'm so happy.
He put it on too.
Good.
And yeah, that great.
He did that 3 weeks ago too, and it was a great time.
Yeah, well, I probably don't go more than 6 weeks to listen to that still.
Every word.
I've listened to some other stuff, not very good. That's his one hit. It doesn't matter.
Oh yeah,
it's a great hit.
I have two. I have the CD that it came on.
I didn't spend any more money. I gave him $1.99 off iTunes
from Goodwill.
I actually
$1.
You should be ashamed of yourself. I at least gave him $1. Well,
I feel bad.
8 cents. But I agree with you. It's definitely the peak of the series. I like some of the other ones. I liked Underground quite a bit. Underground 2, the Jackass stuff, was kind of where to me it started falling off.
Yeah.
There was American
Wasteland.
That one wasn't bad. But it just didn't capture like 3 was, where it's just kind of like a good combination of goofy, but it was still like a fun kind of serious skating game.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. I think when 3 came out, I think like everything at school, everywhere you go, skateboarding was huge. I'm not gonna call it a fad, but it was like it still is huge. Mm-hmm. But it's just when you're living there in middle school, I think when it came out, and it was crazy.
It was in its pinnacle in the 90s.
I skateboarded. My brother skateboarded. I always wanted to skateboard. I love skateboarding, and it's just awesome.
Yeah, I remember the Vans, the shoes, I think it was the big skateboarding shoe out there at the time. It was
DC Shoe Co. USA, Vans, Etnies.
But I think Vans and DC were the 2 big ones. And I remember all kinds of kids had Vans in DC.
Didn't skateboard.
It didn't skateboard. Yeah,
yep.
it was just a cool thing to have, and I think a big part had to do with this game. It made for a short period of time there. It made skateboarding
that little CCS
cool,
even Airwalks and stuff too.
Every month.
Yeah,
so many people got it.
I remember having a free.
I always got it. I was so excited.
Yeah, you just look at it. I didn't even care about skateboarding. I owned a Stone Cold Steve Austin skateboard at one point in time.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I was so excited because I can go down the hill on our side street there.
I remember he's like this, right?
Yes,
yeah. And all of a sudden you just see Tyler just falling off.
Oh, I fell several times.
He became a scooter man.
I was a big scooter guy there for a little bit. Yeah.
All the time.
Fell on those a lot too. Yeah, we already talked about it a little bit, but yeah, that is my number 21.
Awesome. Number 21. Yeah, 21.
Yes.
Possibly my hardest to place game on here because it's not very old, and I had to put it on here because when I played it, I remember just absolutely thinking it was almost a perfect game, and that's Dead Space 2.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay.
Everything about it, like it reminded me of things I loved from Resident Evil in a way. It was much, to me, it was much better than the first one. It was more well paced. There was like not really any backtracking, which isn't always a bad thing.
Yeah.
But like I loved how smooth it was. It seemed to be like it was cinematic without actually being like cutscenes every 5 seconds or whatever. It was just really well made. Improvements like that. It looked better too. It's a longer time to get used to how to make games look better in the system because the first one. How many years was it between the first one and the second one?
I think 2 years.
2 years?
I think it was 2007 when Dead Space... 2008 when Dead Space came out. I think this was 2010 or 11.
Okay. I feel like the second one has kind of surpassed the first one in every way. And still love the first one, though.
Yeah.
But, and I also... Obviously, I love the space aspect of it. That was really cool. Really unique for me. I never played a game necessarily like that. There's games like you said, Metroid's kind of like that. Like if you're lost in space, something horrible happened.
Yeah.
You're supposed to but this is just different. It's like a survival horror space game over the shoulder. Like I look at it like Resident Evil 4, the same type of style.
Yeah.
Very cool. Absolutely love this game. Definitely one of my favorite games.
Very cool. Very
Obviously,
cool.
21.
Yeah.
Number 21.
But no, yeah, I agree with you. That's I think survival horror games. That's probably the last great one we've played. I mean, as far as like shooter ones, like outside of like not kind of like an Outlast things like, but like
yeah,
as
no,
far as
what you mean.
Yeah, I think that's been the peak so far in the last decade or so.
Yeah,
of those types.
I think I have to agree. I can't think of anything else at the moment.
Resident Evil 6 is a close second.
Oh yeah, no, yeah,
obviously.
But number 21.
Very cool, man.
Gables.
Jack Gables. I'm gonna start calling him Gables.
You guys, that's what you kept calling me when you were drunk last night too.
Was it? I kept calling Gables. That's great. I don't remember much about it.
It's like all of a sudden I see this random Facebook post on the Talkie Ship feed. It's like, "Oh, Gables, where are you?"
Did I do that? Really?
Yes,
I don't
you
remember
did.
this at all.
It wasn't him.
I'm gonna go through my Facebook and see what I posted. But what's your number 21, man? Oh, shit.
All right, my number 21. Now everything's starting to get real for my list here. Donkey Kong Country 2.
Nope.
Oh.
Told you Donkey Kong. It was the best Donkey Kong game. This game is disqualified. Moving on.
Oh.
No, go ahead.
Donkey Kong Country 2. My gosh. Everything I said about Limbo, dude, this is the exact opposite, obviously. This is a fantastic, like, bright, cheery fucking platformer, but at the same time, it's basic, it plays really well, the music is absolutely fucking fantastic. I could still listen to this soundtrack to this very day and just have a smile on my face, working to and from, or going to the bus stop and just riding the bus and listening to, like, Sticker Brush Symphony, or, like, oh, man, or even, like, some bit, like, the first time that you hear that, that's sort of like a ghostly tune or something like that, where you're going through the swamp or something like that. Mm-hmm. Dude, those type of moments when I was playing with Super Nintendo, like back around 96, 97, before like the N64, when I got that, just playing games like Donkey Kong Country 2, it just takes me back because the levels were so creative, the minecart levels were even enjoyable, I thought. But, you play, like, playing as, like, Dixie, like, Diddy Kong and stuff like that, switching through. I loved playing as Dixie Kong. Going through, like, do the whole ponytail, like, swirl and stuff, going through, like, levels super fast, and then finding the secret barrels, and going all through the various stuff. I've always wanted to go through and try to complete, like, 102%, because, well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But, it's just so fucking fun. I mean, it's a pure, fun gameplay platformer, Yeah. But the boss is really fun too. You had that whole freaking like that lava sort of sword or something like that, where you had to try to navigate this sort of lava world and stuff. Then you come across this sword and stuff. You had to do like barrels or something at it or whatever the hell. Then like going through like some of the other bosses. I mean, there was the final boss like King K. Rool and stuff like that on the ship and stuff. Then you had to try to like obviously toss barrels at him. And it was a fucking hard...
Boss is intense.
Dude, yeah, he was a fucking tank.
Fucking intense.
Yeah, he was a tank. That was intense. That was fucking awesome. But yeah, that's my number 21. Donkey Kong Country 2.
Awesome. Real quick, I want to admit, this is not on my list. So fucking close to making it, though. The music that was... I was literally pointing at the computer when you start talking about the music. Because that... I still listen. I haven't played this game in probably like 10 years. I think I played when it came to the Wii U Virtual Console. But I used to play it back in the day a lot too when I was a kid. I could still remember like the music from the level where you're climbing up the ship and you're in the clouds. I think it's right before
the second level.
Yes.
Yep. I just played that last night.
Nice. And like fighting the bird boss. And you throw
the bird pirate.
Yep. And then the sounds that the enemies make, like the crocodiles when you hit them, like yeah, it's just
I love that.
It's the sounds the sounds in that game alone make a great game.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So,
fullest.
Yes, so definitely great game.
Oh yeah.
Most definitely.
But that will wrap it up for part 1 of our top 30 games.
Part 1.
We'll go through the spiel of ways to find out more about us. We're on Facebook. We have a page and group. There's both GenGaming podcasts on there, so like and join us. On Twitter, we are at GenGaming Pod. On YouTube, we are Generation Gaming. On Twitch, we are we are GenGaming Podcast on there as well. So like, join, subscribe to all of those. We greatly appreciate it. Also, if you listen to us on iTunes or you listen to us on YouTube, whatever, go check out our iTunes. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe on YouTube. That'd be great. We'd really like that. Also, give us a review on iTunes. We'd love that. That definitely helps us out to get more people to see us. We get some 5-star reviews. If you don't want to give us 4 or 5 stars, then don't. Please, just don't review us. Don't waste your time. Or just give us 5 stars anyways. We really appreciate that. But no, thank you guys. I gotta pee really bad. We're gonna stop this recording. You guys will hear the rest next week. But love you guys. Talk to you, I guess, next week.
Later.
I was Justin.
There you go. It's a weird outro.
And I have been the Jack of Hearts. See you next week. GG.
Alan.
We got a brand new collaboration here. Hehehe